How can we improve schools? Is it in the teachers, the school system, parents, or can students tweak their study habits a little bit to go from C student to the honor roll? Chicago, are you ready for some year-round schooling? Dr. Tobias Brown joins me tonight to discuss student achievement, student attainment, and lifelong learning tonight on Garrard McClendon Live. Year-round schooling should be a norm. 3 months off in the summer is a disaster, meaning that September, October, and November must be used for remediation. Machines do the harvesting now, which means your children don't have to pick the corn in a farm in the summertime. Video games, vacations, and idle time are fine for a month, but 3 months out of school, that's definitely a setback, and it's detrimental to students. Joining us now from CLTV Studio C is an educator, transformer, and author of It's Easier Than You Think. Garrard McClendon Live welcomes Dr. Tobias Brown. Dr. Brown, how you doing this evening?
Man, the sun is warm, the grass is green. It's a wonderful day. Thanks for having me on the show.
Yes, sir. You know, it's that time of year again when we take school seriously for just a minute, and then we're back to blaming teachers, principals, and the system.
True.
First, give me your thoughts on year-round schooling. I know there's pros and cons. Give me Dr. Tobias Brown's thoughts.
I'm glad you said that. It's pros and cons. What I do think what would happen is there are 9 months of school and then the kids get 3 months out. There are a bunch of questions that need to be answered. If we went a full year, what would we do? Would we do 11 months in and then 1 month out? And then if they did that, a few things would happen. One of the reasons we have summer school is so that some kids can catch up. The other reason is so that kids can get ahead. If we have those two reasons there, then what would happen if we went to an 11-month system? The other thing is it would have to go through a bunch of people in the government because those are salaries we need to pay. They're paid on a 9-month system. So 2 more months with thousands, we got tens of thousands of teachers. How would all those people get paid? Where is this money going to come from?
Yeah, you know, you're absolutely right. I'm on Facebook right now. It's blowing up,
My
man.
people.
Oh, man. Sonia says yes to year-round schools. Looks like Carmen says yes, it would be a good thing. Rachel Gorman, she sends a note out from Las Vegas, Nevada. She says, I definitely think year-round school is the way to go. We have it here in Vegas, and we love it. Let's shift gears for 1 minute, though. Let's talk about student achievement, man. I mean, sometimes students lose a little bit over the summer. I mean, you may get a 3rd grader that goes into 4th grade, and all of a sudden, they've forgotten their timetables.
True.
You know, I think that the year-round could be a good idea, but hey, Tobias, share with us your story, man, and then we're going to shift gears back into year-round schooling.
Well, the long and short of it is I'm a product of Proviso East High School. That's my alma mater. I'm a pirate forever. Much love to Milton Patch and his whole crew. I came from there. What I was not was focused at all. I was one of the, we talked about this off air, I think there were 300,000 kids that have graduated since that school's inception. And it's a very confident thing. I I'm one of the top 3 smartest kids that ever come out of there. But I did not graduate on time. There are kids who are naturally talented, which is what I was, and there are kids who work their, tails off, and which is what I wasn't. So I just didn't have goals. I didn't have a person to say, hey, Tobias, where's the end result at? Where is your finish line? Once you find your finish line, then that gets you up on the snowy days to go to class. On the days you don't feel like it.
Absolutely. So from a 1.2 to a 3.93 GPA, man, there are a lot of parents out there right now that have their children in this boat. They know that their students can do better. My child's a D student or a C student. I know my baby can do better, Dr. Brown. How did you go, man, from a 1.2 GPA to 3.93? Talk to me, man.
Well, that's one of the things I talk about in my book, It's Easier Than You Think. The number one thing that all A students do, again, we have two. We have kids who are naturally talented, and it is what it is. It's just a blessing. And then there are kids who work their tails off. It's the difference between Michael Jordan and Larry Bird. They both ended up working hard, but Mike was a lot more talented. But on to the student thing, the number one thing that all of the A students do, and I've watched them, all the A students are successful. They come in every color. They're black, they're white, they're Asian, they're Latino, they're Indian, they're women, they're tall. then you get lost every single time. You have to know where that finish line is.
You know what, Dr. Brown, this is interesting because now you're invoking some Les Brown and some Stephen Covey, because one of the questions is, or one of the statements is, if you can find out the reason why, you can endure anyhow. And so many times it's about understanding the logos. Do you have a meaning for doing what you do?
True.
And this is what frustrates me in schools, man, especially, well, let's shift gears, with social promotion, man. If I've seen it once, I've taught school for 17 years, Tobias. I've seen teachers pass children who should not have been passed into the next grade just because they're a little bit taller. What's up with that, man?
It is what it is. It's sad. It really is sad. And I don't want to point a blame or say this person is this and this person is that. Going back to the Obama administration, they're trying. They are attempting. They're doing everything that they possibly can. But what has to happen is, number one, the kid has to want to do something, which means we got to give them that finish line. The second thing is, when teachers, when you come in, you know you have 25 to 30 different personalities on day number one. Right. Part of being a teacher, and I've been one as well, you know, and, you know, currently, you know, teach as well. You have to be able to juggle all those personalities and be able to deal with it.
That's right. And ability groups, you know. Hold tight, Dr. Brown. I've got to go to break, but we're coming back. We're going to talk about student achievement and attainment. Does your child need better study habits? The doctor is in the house. I've got Tobias Q. Brown, PhD, serving up some education raw on Garrard McClendon Live. Give us a call, 630-575-TALK. Garrard McClendon Live, back in 2. Pros and the cons of year-round schooling. I think children should constantly be in school, and Chicago Public Schools is finally getting it. Is the 3 months of a child's time off in the summertime detrimental? Can your child's grades improve with a change in study habits? Give me a call, 630-575-TALK. Dr. Tobias Q. Brown is with us tonight. Let me go to Facebook. I'm looking at Adrian Myrick. She says, I'm all for year-round schools, Garrard. Even though one of my children attends a charter school, it's nothing but trouble in the streets. Education is the key to success, and that's what our children need. I'm going to the telephones. I'm going to go to Yvonne. Yvonne, thanks for calling Garrard McClendon Live. What's your comment?
I want to say that I don't think that it's fair that the kids have to go, you know, all year round.
Why not? Why not? Why not?
If the teachers was doing their job teaching the kids during the regular school year, let these kids have their 2 months out. You know, you forcing them to be in school at extra time. Whatever happened to being time off?
Okay, but here's the deal, though. Let me ask you this. Do you know the reason why we only go to school for, you know, 9 to 10 months a year is because back in the day, people had farms and children would harvest on those farms. I haven't seen a farm in Chicago. Help me out now. Children should go to school year round. They lose so much during that summer.
No, I just don't think so. The teachers need to do their job. Enforce the teaching. That's all I got to say.
Okay.
Is enforce it.
That's a great phone call. Thank you so much for calling Garrard McClendon Live. Enforce the teaching. Dr. Brown, what do you think about that?
Per her last comment, I think what we definitely need to do, I think the kids do need to go. I could see them going year round because of what you just said with the farming and everything like that. But at the same time, it'll be so hard to get past everybody in the government. But what we also need to do is create new programs to keep the kids busy. She makes a very valid point. But then at the same time, we need something else for them to do. Kids get in trouble. I got in trouble when we didn't have any money and we went to the store and we were going to the store anyway. Because we didn't have any money. And hello, and you know you're looking for trouble then.
Sticky fingers and a trench coat. Hey, hold tight, doctor. Let me go to Etta next. Etta, thanks for calling Garrard McClendon Live. Etta, what's your comment?
Yes, my comment is, well, all students need to attend school year-round just for the simple fact that they need the education. So therefore, it's not the teachers not doing their job, but why not for the children to be in school all year round? And like myself, my parent raised me up to the point where I wasn't the sharpest knife in the drawer, but she did set a goal to teach me out what I needed. And it was at the point of the students taking the time out and the parent being involved with the teacher. What is it that my child needs for the test? So yes, teachers need to teach year-round, students need to go to school year-round, and then that will better the economy as well.
Yeah. Thank you so much for your call, Etta. We appreciate you. That's my whole point. Before I go to the next call, I got to go on a tirade. Since when does the learning process stop? At the beginning of the summertime. That's absolutely ridiculous. If we are to teach lifelong learners, we should go to school nonstop. Let me go to Sean next. Sean, thanks for calling GML. What's your comment?
Hey, what's happening, Gerard?
Hey, what's up now?
I just want to say I disagree with going to school year-round because it makes no sense. You're trying to get kids to stop cutting right now. In a 9-month school system, you're going to tell me if you told them you got to go 2 extra months, it's going to stop them? Like, no. So the thing that we need right now, I mean, like, what is that going to solve if they go to school 11 months a year?
So, Sean, should they go to school 2 months less than they're going now just because they cut school?
No, but my problem is this. It's like, is that going to solve the problems of the Chicago Public School having books that are copywritten in 2005 and we're in 2009?
Oh.
Is that going to solve that problem?
Oh.
Is it going to, I mean, like, you sit up and say, the smart kids, the thing that the smart kids take advantage of that the not-so-smart kids don't take advantage of is the fact that they do the extra credit.
Yeah.
They get the free money right there. They take the free money. And that's where, at the end of the year, their final exam really doesn't mean as much as the person that's not as smart.
Wow. Hey, Sean.
So, I mean, you got to teach them that.
Yeah, Sean, that's a deep phone call, man. It's a curriculum issue. Sean, thanks for the call. Dr. Brown, he brought in something very interesting. He's saying it's not just a time issue, it's a curriculum issue. It's not how much time in the classroom, but what are you learning?
Based on what he said, I really do appreciate his phone call as well. One of the things that happens with kids who don't do well in high school, let's just take high school for example. What they don't do is some of them not only don't come to class, and that's one thing, one issue, but they may not turn in their homework. If you don't turn in the homework, you don't get an F. You get a 0, and a 0 out of 100 is a 0. Even if you get 100 on the next test, you now have 100 out of 200, which is a 50%, which is an F again. Right. So he can talk about extra credit. Yeah, those are the kids. You have to figure out how you define. Smart isn't defined by grades, because I can name 15 other people who graduated behind me at Central State who were smarter than I was, just to be honest. But at the same time, I figured out how the game is played. Right. Teachers know what they want, and you have to, if they ask you for an orange, you give them an orange, not a tangerine, not an apple. It is what it is.
Wow, it's almost a bartering system. Hold tight, Doctor, and that's the key too. We want to talk about this after the break, the difference between school attainment and school achievement. What can you do, parents, to improve your child's grades, study habits, academic attainment? Dr. Tobias Brown shares the secrets from his book, It's Easier Than You Think. Give me a call right now, 630-575-TALK. Keep it locked right here on Gerard McClendon Live. We'll be back in a moment. Can you go from a C/D student to an A/B student? Is it genetic, cultural, or socioeconomic? Gerard McClendon Live continues with TQB, Tobias Brown. Call me now, 630-575-TALK. Dr. Brown, hey man, genetics, cultural, or is it socioeconomic? Talk to me.
I think it's hard work. I don't care where you come from. One of the terms we use, we're poor, broke, starving, and gangbanging. I mean, it just is what it is. But I found a way out. I found a way out. When I saw that one person get shot in front of me, I knew like that life for me was over. I said, no, I need another way, because I can't live this. I can't have a person had a friend's house get shot up. So then I was saying, oh heck no, that's not gonna happen to my mother's house or my house when I live. So then I got out, and then I found another way. It was hard to find that route because there aren't many role models, but I had to find one. I had to find one.
Man, TQB, education is the key. Let me go to phones. Thomas, thanks for calling. GML, what's your comment, Thomas?
Yeah, I just want to say that year-round school, I think that is flip-floppy.
Okay.
Because of the simple fact that some students have to go to school different times than like their siblings. And then you get more days off with year-round school. You go to school for a couple of months, then you get like a month off.
Yeah, it's the same number of days. It's just that they're redistributed.
Right, but that's not, you know what I'm saying, that's not fixing the problem right there. See, what I seen in your clip when you showed the students, you had some students using calculators. You know what I'm saying? How could you get a wrong answer if you're using a calculator in school?
Hey, but
you
you need one if you're doing algebra trig, my brother.
Ain't that the
I'm
truth?
going to Rick next. Rick, thanks for calling Gerard McClendon Live. Rick, talk to me, man. Calculus, talk to me, Rick. Rick, talk to me.
Yeah, how you doing?
Excellent. What's your comment?
My comment is this. I think that people that are in doubt about the situation should Google stress-related occupations.
Okay.
And they'll find that teachers are, I think, in the top 3. So what kind of quality of education do you want? What about burnout from the teachers? Okay, one of my best friends actually died on the job September 12th of this year, okay, of last year, actually. And, you know, when you witness that and you know that it's got to have something to do with stress, so what about those situations? I think that they should really take a lot of time to look at it before they leap to any kind of conclusions and think about the type of quality of education that they want to provide for CPS students. And that's my comment.
Rick, thank you so much for your comment. Dr. Brown, he mentions a great point here, the stress of teachers and the stress of students. Man, how do we reduce this stress?
That's a very good question. It has to do with personal development. It really is what it is. They get 3 months off as it is. I don't want to sound harsh or callous because I am an instructor as well. But you know what you sign up for the day you sign up for. They aren't the first one. We aren't the first generation of instructors, teachers, and professors. And so what happens is, just like a football player goes out, you know, and you take a chance. It's a risk versus reward. The same thing with instructors as well. But I think they should. They need to take time and evaluate. Is this really what I want to do? And I have 25 different personalities.
Absolutely. You know, Dr. Tobias Q. Brown, talk to me, man. This is something I truly believe in as we let you go, man. I believe teachers should make minimally $100,000 a year. Do you agree or disagree, my brother?
I agree with that. I agree with that. But the reality is, what we do is, we see sports. Everybody's going to the Bears game. I'm a Bears fan, okay? I'm a Bears fan. But I'm a Cubs fan and a Sox fan for all the lovers. But the bottom line is we're willing to spend more money on entertainment as American citizens than we do as education.
And you know what? We got to get back in the classroom. Hey, thanks Tobias Q. Brown for being on Gerard McClendon Live, man. For job openings, you can hit my blog every day at cltv.com/GML. Look for who's hiring and click the job listed. Stay with us because it's time for ChicagoNow.com. News and opinion. Fernando Diaz joins us after the break. Hey, keep it locked.